So if you see here, the total marks scored is 78 marks. So how can you also score? You can take some tips. 78 marks in JIGL. Do you want to get 78 marks in JIGL? Well, I'm just joking. Anything above 60 is great. But we have Preeti of Ekcel Academy who scored 78 in JIGL. We even did her success story where we asked her tips and how she scored such a high marks in JIGL, which is 78 marks, which is one of the highest marks in all India. And to make you also to get that, Preeti had a great idea. She told that I'm ready to share my paper and we can tell all our friends on how I got 78 marks. And in this video, I'll be discussing how Preeti has scored 78 marks. We will review her paper and also you will get lot of ideas on how you should present the paper, what you should write, and how you can also get 60 plus or 70 plus, or if you're very lucky like Preeti, with the hard work, you can do 78. Before we even go into the paper, one thing is clear. Just reading the study material and reproducing only that will not get you any high marks. You should write something which is more than what is in the book. We have always discussed in our Ekcel Academy classes on how to write the best answers, and Preeti was in our batch and she listened to everything. She went one step ahead and she also did her own research on researching different case laws, and she also added that in the answer paper, and that is what made her get 78 marks. Yes, we did give the coaching at Ekcel Academy, but more importantly, it was the students' hard work which gave the result of getting 78 marks. Now, if you also want support like this, there are many free courses also on excelacademy.com. You can take those free courses, or if you want to know anything at all, you can just WhatsApp us on the number which you can see on the screen. There's also a link in the description box. You can just click on that and WhatsApp us on whatever you need. We are ready to give you a free one-to-one counseling. Now, what we will do is, let us go into the paper which Preeti has written and let us see how she has presented every answer and what is the secret for the examiner to give you the full marks. This way you will get many ideas and you can also do very well in your JIGL paper. Let's get into the paper. Hello, and this is the question paper of JIGL which 78 marks has been scored. So let us take a look at this JIGL question paper and we will see how you can also score high marks. So if you see over here, we have the first question. Administrative law. Administrative law is the byproduct of ever increasing functions of the government. States have no longer policies limited to maintaining internal order and external threats. Examine. It is a 4 marks question. So let us see how the student has got the answer. So if you see here, the total marks scored is 78 marks. So how can you also score? You can take some tips. So first here, the student is writing, administrative law is the branch of law which deals with powers function. So what is administrative law? Then according to the famous jurist, what is the definition? So those things have also been covered. And then a conclusion is given. So for this they are giving only 2 marks. So you may feel why only 2 marks? Because the complete analysis was not given. But in the next question, 4 marks is given. Let us see what is the question. The managing clerk of a firm of solicitors, while acting in the ordinary course of business, committed fraud against a lady client by fraudulently inducing her to sign the documents, transferring her property to him. He had done so without knowledge of his principal. Explain whether principal will be liable. So it's a very, very clear question. And the question itself is giving a case law orientation. So the facts of the case has been first told. So answer to question number 6B, facts of the case is shared. Then what is the provision? It is about vicarious liability. So in torts we have vicarious liability, that has been explained. What is vicarious liability? Then the present case is taken into picture. See, this is how you should do. First you should tell what is the law. Once you tell the law, what is the question which is there? Connect your answer to the question and give the conclusion. So in the conclusion, it is clearly told. Analyzing the above provision, principal will be held liable for the torts. So it is very, very beautifully presented. That is why they have given the complete 4 marks. Next is Again, we are in answer number 6C. Anyway, what I would suggest you to write in clear 6. Okay, 6C. Or here also you can write 6C. That would be even better. I would suggest like that. If you can, that would be really good. So what is the question of 6C? Let us try and understand. What is the effect of acknowledgement when we talk about the law of limitation? Acknowledgement, limitation, that is the question Limitation Act. So Limitation Act provision has first been explained. So that is correct. Acknowledgement, when we make before expiration of the period of limitation, when is it? What are the circumstances? See the numbering 1, 2, 3, 4. Line is left between each point. Then one more line is left here. Then the conclusion has been given. Hence, if the above conditions are fulfilled, the period of limitation again starts from the date of acknowledgement of the party. So this is 3 marks is given for this. So I want you to understand the presentation, how nice it is. Next we go to temporary injunction under CPC. Under what circumstances can we grant temporary injunction? Again it is a 4 marks question. So first the student is writing what is temporary injunction. So what is temporary injunction? That has been explained very well, correct? Then the grounds. See what question they are asking, exactly the student is connecting in the answer. What are the grounds? See, if you see the question again, what are the circumstances they are asking? Circumstances, grounds, everything is same. When it can be granted. So grounds, again see here, point number 1, 2, 3. So 3 marks has been given. So this way you will never lose any marks when we come to the exam. So if you see here, see for 16 marks the student has scored 12 marks. Presentation good, answer is good. The most important thing, the flow of the answer is good. It is just perfect. Yes, maybe writing a little more points here might have got 4 marks. That is why I tell, write little more than what you feel is enough. See here, this is not sufficient. So you should write a little more. But here, they've given complete 4 marks. Not for quantity, but for quality. So it is first is quality, second is quantity. Only quality is good, but quality with little quantity will give you entire 4 out of 4 marks, as you can see over here. Next we come to question number 5. So I would always suggest write here also you write 5A. It is better, though you write here 5 on top, it is better you write here also. That is my suggestion. It is easier for the person correcting. So that is good. So let us see what is the 5th question which is there. Okay. So 5th question. Elaborate the offences relating to computers. So it is a 8 marks question. Under Constitution of India, Parliament is empowered to make law even on subject in the state list. Discuss the power of Parliament to make laws in the state list. So both question is 8 marks each. So total is 16 marks. So you need quality and quantity for this kind of question. So first is relating to tampering. Offences relating to tampering. This is relating to computer offences. So first an introduction has been given about what is tampering, etc. Computer related offences. Second point that has been explained. Then we have further continuing with what are computer related offences with clear example, misrepresentation, identity theft, cyber terrorism. See, so many points has been covered. See, 10 points has been covered. Then further, since it's a 8 marks question, extraterritorial offences. Again, see, we are continuing with question number 5. It is better if you write 5A again over here just for clarity purpose. That is what I would suggest. Liability of any service providers. So what are the service provider liabilities? So that has been covered. So when you look at it as a whole, all the points have been covered. See, complete points have been covered and they have given 6 marks for it. Out of 8, 6 is very good. Getting 6 out of 8 is excellent marks. Obviously, you only tell me if you are correcting the paper, you will give 6 or not, because everything is covered. Next question is about Constitution. That is 5B. So 5B. Constitution what is it? So that is given, introduction is given. Parliament is given exclusive power, etc., etc., everything is there. Then, however, in certain cases, Parliament may make laws even in the items enumerated in the state list. So first, what is the restriction has been given, then when the Parliament can make. So introduction is there, then reference to the question is here. There is a clear reference because in the question they asked. So let us see the question so that there is no confusion. Discuss the power of Parliament to make laws on the state list. So that is the question. So after introduction, directly student is coming here. So Parliament to make laws in public interest, that has been explained. Then proclamation of emergency, that has been explained. So leaving these lines, no, it's very important. After every point, no, it just makes it look better. Of course, the quality is important, but this will add, this is just going to add some extra marks when you present it beautifully. Handwriting, don't worry if your handwriting is good or bad, it doesn't matter. Just write with spacing. When there is a breakdown of constitutional machinery, what is that? That has been explained. Then on request of two or more states, state governments, two state governments will request that time, right? Then whenever there is any treaties or agreement within foreign countries, that is the scenarios where you may have to go for the situations. So like that you are giving with example, so you are getting 6. So 6 plus 6, 12. So basically you are getting 12 marks out of 16 marks. That is really amazing because every point has been covered and the quality and quantity is just about perfect. Next we go to the question number 4. One more thing, if you observe, student has not answered in the order of 1, 2, 3, 4. Student feels she is confident with 6, she wrote 6, then 5, very good. Now we are coming to 4. 4, we have question relating to obtaining the electronic signature certificate under IT Act, first question. Then conditions for a valid custom and explain any 4. See, the question is telling clearly 4 customs we have to tell. Next, they have given a statement and they have told discuss. Then intention of the legislature is not clear, there must be number of presumptions and name any 4 presumptions. So let us just go back over here. So electronic digital certificate. So first here student is writing about certifying authority because that is the main authority. So come to the point directly, you don't have to beat around the bush. And see here, you can write 6, then 5, then 4. It depends on which answers you are confident. After certifying authority, then the steps has been explained. See here, steps for obtaining. Very, very clear presentation. Very, very simple. See, nothing is so complicated. Can you observe? Just keep it simple. It is so beautifully written. So the application shall be an application of certifying authority in prescribed format. Okay, you make the application. Then how do you make the application? What are the documents to be given, etc. All these has been discussed. Then finally, the last point, you can give the certificate to the respective person as the case may be. So 3 marks has been given. 4b is about custom. We saw the question, correct? What is a custom? So first the student is writing clearly what is a custom. What are the essentials of a valid custom? Just see the presentation. It is so easy. Give one introduction, then what are the essentials, then write the point heading, then explain the point and see the line gap that makes it look confident and also very beautiful. It is important. It is important that you give it. Peaceful enjoyment, universal applicability, then conformity. The custom should be conforming with the law of the land and it should not be opposed to any of the laws in force in our country. So everything has been covered. So this way they will give you good marks when you write. They have given 4 marks because you have written everything. And the question is what? If you go to the question, they've told very clearly, explain any 4. 4 customs has been explained very clearly. So they have given you 4 marks. Any law which is inconsistent with fundamental rights is void to the extent of the inconsistency. Constitution question. And it is not necessary to strike down the whole act as invalid if only a part is invalid. Only if one part is invalid, whole act need not be struck down as invalid. Discuss. So they have asked you to discuss this. So how can you go about this? So directly, see, the student has beautifully brought in the article 13. So when you bring in the article itself first, the person correcting knows what you are writing. Just see here, this is the meaning of quality. This is the meaning of quality. Entire 4 marks has been given. So don't think only quantity is required. Where it is perfect, you write. So according to Article 13, what is the provision? Then what is the doctrine of severability? That has been explained. This doctrine is in the case of A.K. Gopalan versus State of Madras. So even case law has been quoted. Just see, they've given complete 4 marks. Okay, some other person correcting may give you 3 marks, but they cannot cut more than that, correct? Everything is just perfect. Next is about presumptions. So next. So my only suggestion, again I'm telling, of course you have written here 4, good, but it is better for more clarity. Here also you can write 4D, or you can write answer to 4D. You can write like that. Just to make it more clear, there's nothing wrong here because there's nobody is telling that, just I am giving you suggestion, it is better. Presumptions are the rules. So what is presumptions? So the what has been given. So if you see, the student is writing what the concept is in a crisp and a very simple and a short and a summary manner in 1 or 2 sentences. And then the following are some of the presumptions. Then given the presumptions. So 3 marks has been given. So completely you are getting 3, 4, 4, 3. 14 out of 16. If you write like this, they will give marks. Why they will not give the marks? Right? Next, let us go to the question number 3. When the opinion of any person is relevant except experts under the Indian Evidence Act 1872. So they are talking about Indian Evidence Act expert opinion. So opinion of persons except experts are relevant in the following cases. So when is it? So you have handwriting expert, then electronic signature, then if there is any custom, then other words related, opinion expressed about conduct. So all points are there. They have given 3 marks. Maybe I would have given 3.5 mark, but I am not correcting the paper, but just giving an idea. So some place the teacher may feel, the correcting examiner may feel, okay, somewhere else I've given 4 out of 4. So here let me give 3, though everything is correct. They may do like that. But in general, the corrections is perfect. Next, we have a question. Explain the interim measures of protection for which a party during arbitral proceedings may apply to the arbitral tribunal under the Arbitration Conciliation Act. So when can you apply for the tribunal? So interim measures for protection, that has been given. Very, very clear question. So any party to the case can apply at the time of arbitration during making arbitral award. So what are the circumstances? Guardian, then receiver, interim injunction, then sale of preservation of property. So all these has been given. So totally 3 marks is given. So here my suggestion would be, if you want 4 marks, try to add some example. Try to add some example. For instance, if you have sale and preservation of any property, goods, material, subject matter in the suit. So if suppose the property goods is something which is perishable, for example vegetable or fruits, so in such cases you can get an interim injunction. So you can just add that example, then you can even get 4 marks. And I want you to do it. If you are a student of Excel, you should do it, and you can do it. That is why this is the perfect example. Next, we have the next question. Who can present documents for registration at the proper registration office under the Registration Act? So who can present the documents? So that is the main question they are asking. So as per the Registration Act, who are the persons? So the list of the persons has been given, and for this they have given the marks. So everything is there, marks has been given, and this way you will get the marks. So try to understand the question properly. Next student has gone to 2A. 2A. Discuss the aims and objectives of General Clauses Act. So try to understand what they're asking. Aims and objectives. General Clauses Act. Straightforward question. So objects are, so making sure the shorten the language of the statutes, then interpreting the other laws, and it is a standard of definitions for various words. So 3 marks has been given. So if student could have written extra 1 or 2 points, definitely they'll give 4 marks. So see here, they do give the marks if you write properly. That is their expectation. Okay. Next, you go to 2A, Roman number 2. 2A, Roman number 2. So the important words you should try to understand. The decision of a court allowing a suit which has been instituted after period prescribed is not vitiated for want of jurisdiction. So it is about want of jurisdiction. Discuss in light of the provisions the bar of limitation under Limitation Act. So Limitation Act, bar of jurisdiction, want of jurisdiction. This is the concept they are trying to test. So that has been very clearly told. So very clearly section 3 has explained. Then what is the want of the jurisdiction? Everything is written. See here, they are given 3 marks. So it is possible. Discuss the important forms of mens rea under the Indian Penal Code. So what is the question? Forms of mens rea. So try to understand the key words in the question. So keywords, once you understand, go for the answer. So what is mens rea? It has been told. Then the forms of mens rea: negligence with explanation, intention. See, the presentation is so nice. Recklessness. So 4 marks has been given. Next, we will go to the 4th question. Explain the requisites of a warrant of arrest. What is the time limit within which the police officer should bring the person arrested before the court? So warrant of arrest and time limit. They are asking you mainly the time limit. So warrant of arrest is issued by the magistrate. Correct? So about who issues it is given. Then requisites are being discussed. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points are there. So if you see, complete detail is there. Then the police officer will bring to the magistrate by 24 hours within the crime has been committed. See, entire 4 marks is given. So this is a perfect example of quality plus quantity. Quality plus quantity is required. Only quality is sufficient, but I always tell, write a little more than what you feel is enough. I always tell to students, write little more than what you feel is enough. So Ekcel Academy student has got 78 marks, means even you can get, you can definitely do this. The hard work of the student is the result of this. The hard work is the result, and this is excellently done. Next comes to question number 1. Question number 1. Okay. Question number 1B. It's a case law. Vijay accused committed of an offence of dacoity in 2015. Time of dacoity was punishable with 10 years. In 2016, a law was passed, dacoity punishable with life imprisonment. Which penalty would be applicable for Vijay? Discuss with reference to the Indian Constitution, Article 20, Sub-Article 1. So you should know Indian Constitution very well for this. So 1B. Okay, so here we are talking about protection which is given. Protection to the accused. So the main concept is ex post facto law. So what is ex post facto laws will be given. Then the facts of the case is given. So Vijay, what is there? See, first law is being explained by the student. Then the facts of the case is being explained. Then what is the answer exactly? That is the conclusion in this particular case. So analyzing the provisions, Vijay shall be punished with the imprisonment of 10 years, which is at the time of offence in 2015. Because of the ex post facto laws, he gets protection. He will not get life imprisonment. So if you see here, the question is for 5 marks and the student has got 5 marks. The student has scored 5 marks. Then we come to C. Natural law says that certain rights are inherent by virtue of human nature and can be understood universally through the human reason. Explain. So this is sources of law, lesson number 1. So natural law, what is natural law? What does Salmond say? Then what are the elements and definitions of what Salmond says has been discussed. So 3 marks is given out of 5. Because more could be written, the student remembered that much within time limit, because writing everything is also not easy. That is why I am telling you, please attempt 100 marks no matter what. Please attempt 100 marks no matter what. Okay? Alright. So in the first question, we are talking about 5 marks each. That means 20 marks. 5 marks each. What is meant by tribunal? Explain the objects of the tribunal. So what is tribunal and objects of tribunal? All the points has been given. And 4 marks is also given. So lastly, the question number 1A is attempted last by the student. So the order is your wish. Discuss the main feature of the statutory corporation under administrative law. So what is a statutory corporation and the features? So since there was no time, features directly student has come, very good. So the features has been told in point wise. See, the most important is it is given in point wise. So once it's given in point wise, they've given 4 marks, totally 16 marks. Out of 20, 16 marks has been given. So this is the final, and finally 78 marks has been scored. 78 marks has been scored by the student. So you too can score. You too can score. I hope you got lot of tips on the presentation wise. More than the question and answer, the presentation wise, I think you got the tips in this video. The crucial thing is read the question, identify the keywords. What are they asking exactly? Identify specifically how you should write, because specifically you should write, right? You can't just write general things. Specifically what are they asking? Plan the answer in your mind. Quickly plan the answer and start writing. So when you do that and when you attempt for 100 marks, if you write everything, you get 78. Now let us say you don't know all the questions. You don't know. But still you can get 60, you can get 50, you can get 55. So that is what I need you to understand. And if you can study hard, you can definitely do. And if you need any more help, please stay in touch with Ekcel Academy. We are always there to help you. Subscribe to our channel. You can also download our Android app, Ekcel Academy Online. You can download our Android app, Ekcel Academy Online. It is a free download and you can register. There are many free courses which we can help you with. We also have our website, excelacademy.com. So Ekcel Academy Online is the Android app and excelacademy.com is the website, and we'll always be there to help you. Over and above this, if you still need some help, you want some details, you can just WhatsApp us. We have a link of the WhatsApp in the description. You can also see the link of the WhatsApp on the screen. You can just WhatsApp saying what help you need. We'll always be there to help you. So this is the jurisprudence, interpretation, general laws, how you should present and how you can score 78 marks in the exam. And we would like to thank Preeti for giving this answer. So Preeti has done her CS executive coaching at Ekcel Academy. So we are very proud of her. Along with we the teachers, it is her hard work which has helped us to get 78 marks. So if you also listen and if you also take the coaching, definitely you can also score the marks. So with that, we'll end this video and I will come with more such videos to tell you how you can score high marks in the CS exams.